Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I paused your music, but it should be back on now. Do you guys get the stop and start through the introduction? Sorry. Hello, welcome in. Welcome to the stream. We are making laksa today. Chicken, maybe prawn. I haven't looked in the freezer yet. But yes, we're doing laksa. It's going to be delicious. We're going to trial making our own laksa paste from scratch. Yeah, this is, I just wanted something comfy. I've been wanting something like, the last few days, feeling a bit like loose. And so the other day I cut, I don't know if it's the same, but you guys feel the same. Shirts with like novelty shirts all have the same cut. They're like that crew cut with a high neck. I hate it. So I cut the neck off this. It's just a bit more relaxed. That sitting weird, but I just hate it. Yeah. I hate it. So I like a boat neck. That's nice. But like anything, and they also make you feel like look big titty brigade. You get like, it makes you feel big. I've done that too. Yeah. All right, before we continue, let's go back to last time on, show what we did in the last stream. It is hot. I don't know if I want to take this off, it feels comfy. We did on the last stream, we did lomo saltado, which is Peruvian beef stir fry. It was really yummy. It's a bug. Except now we're big fans. I really liked the sauce that was in it. And I'm gonna turn this music down. There we go. Served with fries, rice. So it was like a rich beef stir fry in like a sauce that had soy, red wine vinegar, some acidity, saltiness. It had this like really rich umami flavor. It was really nice. So I'm thinking that would be really good with like peppercorn sauce. So we'll see. $30 in tips, 25 from Idle Thought, $5 from Beware. Thank you for that, towards the community goal. December resubbed for 5 months. Krista for 13, Kerry for 49, Nia Reaper for 9, Sam for 28 as well. So it was a lovely stream. This week has been a bit shorter. I've been feeling a bit off, flu-y, weird, feeling a bit sick, but feeling a bit better today. So we're going to be making some laksa. How many of you guys have had laksa? How many of you know what I'm talking about when I talk about laksa? And it is there's a few versions of it, especially in Asia, the countries are so close together that they kind of have their own version of the same recipe. So we're doing a Malaysian style laksa, but I think like Singaporean laksa. There's quite a few of different versions. Never heard of it before, but this stream introduced me to it. I love that. So I prefer it, my preference is with rice noodles, but a lot of people have them with rice noodles and a thicker egg noodle, like a Hokkien noodle, and heaps of veggies, bean sprouts, and one of my favorite things, which I don't really eat tofu very often, but I love on top of a laksa, is fried puffs, tofu puffs. So I have some of them in my freezer. We're just going to heat them up, like you pan fry them, and then pop them on top of the laksa. They're very yummy, and then they kind of like spongy. So when you dip them into the laksa, they kind of absorb all of the sauce. It's amazing. Laksa was one of those dishes that I ate a lot in college or university, because I went to a university that was in like the middle of a town, a city, like in Fremantle. So there was restaurants and things studded around the buildings. One of the places made amazing laksa, so I would get it quite often. And then when I finished uni, I missed it so much, so I would just drive down and just get it and sit and eat it in my car. It was amazing. So hopefully we're gonna do you proud and make some good food today. And this eventually will aim to be on the website. We're just tweaking to see. A lot of people wanted a recipe that used like a paste, like a laksa paste, so that I understand the reasoning, because then it's something that is, everyone just has the ingredients and can make it the same. Whereas using a paste, you have to source that paste. Maybe we have it available in Australia, you don't have it in North America, and it's expensive or whatever. So having a homemade paste is a great alternative, but I'm gonna try a few pastes, the recipe with some store-bought pastes, and then that means that if you wanna do a hack, a cheap meal, you know, then you can use can't be bothered making it, you can just use a store-bought paste. Cool? Before we continue, let's do a deep dive into Discord, show what the community has been cooking and eating. I'm just gonna turn this aircon on. Okay, I was asking about caramelized white chocolate because I made the blondies on Wednesday. This is the product that I bought. I wanted Whittaker's Gold Blonde chocolate, but it was sold out. So I got caramel, and it's quite nice. You know, it's a little bit sweeter than I'm used to, but it's a little bit hard for North Americans to find. I think it's very easy in the UK, Europe, but we're looking for blonde. You don't have to, you can do it with white chocolate, and a lot of you will prefer it, but it's just a less sweet version. It's kind of a richer version of white chocolate. So that's what I make with the blondies, but you can do whatever. So that's what it looks like, chopped up like that. It's like kind of like a golden tinge to it. I'd like to make a paste, not much involved when you have a store-bought paste, so it's a quick throw together thing. Yeah, I get what you mean. And then if you make the paste, then you can keep it in your fridge and it'll last for a while. We have a noodle bar at our shops where you get to choose your nood. When I get the rice noodle, rice vermicelli. Yum, I like that. Just less chewy, and I find the Hokkien noodles too thick, and I don't like them. So this is what I bought. So this is a double size block, and then Roselli found the single version, $19. So at our grocery stores, they were two for $7, so $3.50, but they're usually about $4, I think, for a block. But Roselli found it for $19.90. No, that's not right. $19.99. $20. So, and that's in US dollars. So try and find an alternative. I think Beware, I'm not sure, where did you get yours from? You'll be able to see here. Where is this? Target acquired, but where was this from? So blonde chocolate, white chocolate, blonde Swiss bar. So you want it, so this is 100 grams. You want 2 of these at least. You can have some chopped up like bits on top as well, but you at least want 2 of these, okay? There's a little bug flying around. And then guess, since the pasta is the only thing that's cooked, this would be warm pasta salad, macaroni cooked with chicken stock, red bell pepper, walnuts, parmesan, crushed red pepper, got green goddess dressing. So what's in a green goddess dressing? Kroger, Albertson, King Super. I've never heard of the other two. So that's the alternate names for Kroger, Albertsons. You'd think in the land of sweet things, it'd be way cheaper than that. But it's imported. So it's probably imported from the US imported from Australia or the UK. So cost of things are all going up, and so is transport costs. Cherry ripe is now $2.50. What? I sometimes get chocolate bars for stream when they're like $1. But that hasn't been for a while. Lint at the grocery store, lint blocks goes on sale, and you can sometimes pick them up for $2, and I buy a whole stack. Nearly everything goes on sale. You just gotta swoop in when you can. These are the brown butter blondies. These photos aren't great, they were just with my phone. But this is what the blondies look like. Very tasty. I made them for Exceed to go to the office. Look at my new background. I made them for Exceed to go to the office. So we got up, I'd woke up at 2:30, was awake till like 2:34, and then finally got back to sleep. We woke up again at 6:30. I got him all ready. Well, I didn't get him all ready, but we drove to the train station. He got on the train. I drove 10 minutes home, and as I was getting back into the house, he rang and said that his other colleagues weren't coming in today for certain reasons, and that he was on his way home. So he didn't end up taking it. So I took it to the gym, and I'm pretty sure the trainers at my gym really liked it too. So he didn't have to go into the office yesterday. He was very happy. I'm not 100% sure how to describe Green Goddess. It's kind of like a herbaceous, lemony, basil, creamy dressing. Okay. Easter candy was 30% off at Target. Yes. Claws and Whiskers just got back from Hawaii. So Ghirardelli Square's nice. The raspberry and the mint ones are my fave. Lipton iced tea. Jelly Bellies, nice. I don't know, jelly beans are, I don't know, there's something about, they're just not my thing. I don't know if it's just because they're small and they're just, I don't know about them. There's something about jelly beans that when I was a kid, we used to get them like after the doctors or something. I never could get into jelly beans. Gummy bears though, on the other hand, they're my thing. Love gummy stuff. But I do love M&Ms. These I'd never heard of. So caramel, I think we have in Australia, I'm not sure. But this was caramel caramel cold brew, I think. Yeah. I love those jelly beans they sell at the chemist for diabetics. They're the ones we used to get when we were sick because they were at the pharmacy or the chemist. We call it a chemist in Australia. We go to the chemist, and when Mum would pick up our medication or whatever, there would a pack of them because my mum loves the black ones. Jelly Bellies, the only ones I eat. Nice. Hawaiian Host. I don't know what these are. It's like little sort of chockies. I don't know what they are. Something beans, Jersey beans. Can't read from here. Pineapples, milk duds, macadamia's yum. I don't know. This is trail mix I saw. Buttermilk pancake mix. Nice. What a good haul. Hope your trip was amazing. And then back in town and back in the kitchen, Molly's banana cinnamon muffins. Yeah. Look at them. Great work. Guys, these are on the website. Macadamia nut chocolates, yum. The Starburst jelly beans were amazing. Yeah, I don't know why Starburst left. Or did they go bust? Because Starburst, I'm a little bit, you know how I've told you I used to do weird things? So I used to get a plate and put Starburst snakes or the fruits, the fruits that they had. I used to put them on a plate and I used to microwave them. And they used to go into used to. And they used to go into kind of like a syrup. And then you would get a fork or something and then you would pull it and then it would go firm again and then you just chew it. It was just really weird. I should be a candy maker. I used to love playing with melted candy. But if you got it out of the microwave and it was too hot and you touched it, it would burn the shit out of your fingers. You can still get imported Starburst, but I've heard they're not the same. Yeah, okay. It's like M&M's, Australian M&M's, like the peanut butter M&M's in Australia that you buy. Or the pretzel ones are not the same as the US pretzel M&M's. They're not the same. I think Australian ones are if I remember correctly, one of them's crunchier and like less salty, but the American ones are better. I zap my M&Ms for a wee bit and the microwave makes them, the centers go, yeah, I've done that. Yes. See, I'm not the only one. Okay, so lovely comment. Look, so this is the photo. This is the apple tea cake that you can use nectarine and peaches and all different fruit in it, of course. But this is the review from Cass. I used a tin of pie apples because I didn't want pie. I wanted cake. But what can I say? I'm a rebel. And mixing the stewed apples through it tastes like kind of fluffy cake pie I've ever eaten. Added cinnamon too, delicious. I love that. It's a nice hack. Thank you for the comment. I'm really happy to see. Fabulous. Oh, okay. I'll post the results later, but I have a weird fascination with MREs. Never had this one. Antamina, are you here? Did I see you? Have you seen, what's his name? Exceed tells me about this guy that does MREs on YouTube, and he tries all different MREs from, you know, wartime, and I don't know where he gets them from, but he like buys them. They're quite expensive, and you know, they're from like the First and Second World War, and pretty gross. But he like froths at it. So that just reminded me. So this is chicken burrito bowl. Okay. Fabulous. Where do you go for something like this? I love that one says warfighter. Warfighter. Chicken chunk. Lemon. Ooh. My dad used to get us MREs for when we went camping. He was in the National Guard before I was, wow. When we were traveling around Australia, when I was probably like 7, we met up, we drove into a town, or like a park type thing to park and sleep in our van. And we met some of the army. They'd just finished their like training camp, and they gave us all these MREs. And I just remember they had condensed milk in a tube, and it was amazing as a kid, and the chocolate. It was all like discoloured and stuff, but it was just so cool to be able to eat what the army ate. And Mum and Dad would make them for us. It was so novel as a kid. What else we got here? First time chippy salt on tater rounds alongside HelloFresh meatloaf sandwiches. To quote Jay, dang, this stuff is so addictive, right? Had to use a little more than I thought, but it is very good. Yeah, you have to add a bit more. It's good. Yeah. And then you put it in everything. Rosalie tells me she puts it in, I think, in stews. It just use it as a salt alternative. Look at that. That's the best brand. Chippy is my favorite brand. Condensed milk, tube condensed milk is the best. Look at that. Thank you for sharing. Alrighty, it's replaced my salt. Yes. Okay, so I feel like I want to make something before the laksa, but I don't know what I want to make. But there's a drink that I feel like having some fun with. So I think we're gonna make like a raspberry cherry smash. I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but I want something refreshing because I've been feeling pretty bleh the last few days. I've been really loving juice. So I want things that are juicy. That's too much, isn't it? Is that too much? It's probably too much. So how's everyone's week been? It's Friday. It doesn't feel like Friday. It's a very strange feeling week. It's been short for us because of Easter, but at the same time, Easter feels like a long time ago. Time feels like it's kind of going slow. Okay. I've got cherry juice. This. Got a little bit of maple syrup. Short, lol. Cherry juice, I don't know what to do with this. So if anyone has any suggestions of what to do with cherry juice, please let me know. Maple syrup, raspberry. Can you guys hear me breathe in the microphone? Do you guys hear breathing? No, okay, cool. I just shook my head no as if you could see. Hey, Hordy, welcome in. Okay, so into here, raspberries. So I'm gonna try and do something very similar to, so in Brazil, their most famous cocktail is a caipirinha, which is lime muddled with sugar. And then you pour cachaça, which is sugarcane rum, over it. And it's so sweet, like there's so much lime, and sugar that you don't actually taste the rum. So it's like a glass, you think of like a whiskey glass. So lime slices that's muddled with sugar, and then you just pour cachaça and ice. So it's like a glass like that with maybe 3-4 shots of rum. And it's strong, but you don't taste it because it's so sweet. And then a version of that is anything, the same muddling fruit with sugar, but then putting vodka is a caipirosca. So we're going to try to do like a non-alcoholic version of that. So I've got raspberries like this. They're frozen, so I'm just going to try and like mash them up. And I'm going to, instead of sugar, I'm going to add a little bit of maple. You kind of just want to beat that up. This. And as this kind of warms up, it'll go a bit nicer. So you want some sweetness. You could add some basil. I wonder how does basil and cherry sound? Think about basil and cherry and raspberry. Try not to go like all in mint. I'm always doing drinks with mint. I don't have any, you've got tarragon, like licorice with cherry could be okay, but I think it's a bit weird for a nice refreshing drink. So let's go in with some basil from the garden. These bloody caterpillars. So I spray them, the plants, with this natural pepper spray, and they go away. Caterpillars leave, or they die, or whatever. And then when I water my garden, it must wash off all of the pepper spray, and so I forget to replace it. And the caterpillars are back in an instant. My little lime tree has fruit for the first time, so I am all for anything with lime in it at the moment. Okay, all right. So I need to find some lime at the moment, so I'm going to add some lime into this. But basil, torn basil, so I've just washed it, and we're just going to tear some in there. How exciting. I remember how it was when my lemon tree got fruit for the first time, and then we moved house, so I tried to replant a lime and a lemon tree, but they're in the wrong position, don't get enough sun, and so then they kind of didn't grow, so I mowed over them with a lawnmower, accidentally. There was grass grew beside it, so I forgot that they were there, and they just disappeared. And the same happened with my curry leaf tree, but it keeps growing back, which I love. Large pot on the porch, fabulous. Okay, so lime. This is the one that we were talking about it on Wednesday. Do you have half-cut fruit in your fridge just sitting there waiting to be used? I usually have tomato, red onion, and a type of citrus that I'll cut. I'll only use half, and then I'll put the half in the fridge, and it sits there for like a few days. My husband hates it. The color of the drink looks divine. I hope it tastes good as well. Okay. So what's happening is the lime is going to bring some acidity to the drink. That is then going to just give us some sourness. It's going to add some really nice flavor. What kind of cup do I want to use? I don't want to reach that high. Let's do this one. You know, in the grocery store, like Woolworths and Coles, they do like spend a certain amount, you earn points to then redeem on. At the moment, Coles are doing it with KitchenAid pots and sometimes they do knives. Woolworths last year were doing tableware, and I've got 2 sets of these, 2 sets of, they're really good quality, these. So I've got some of them, and another type, and they're really good. You know, if you're spending your money getting groceries, you might as well redeem and get them. Use them as, you know, give them away to friends. Okay, so that's muddled. Okay, we're gonna try a bit of this cherry juice. So let's go in with maybe like half a cup. And usually I have a fancy spoon, but look at this colour. Look at that colour. Okay. Let's give it a little swirl, a swirly swirl. It's gonna have a taste. I did see the KitchenAid ones. I don't shop at Coles frequently, so I usually don't pay attention, but as a person that doesn't have kids, those you know, the toys that they do for giveaways for kids, I get it. If you're a parent, they probably froth at it, but that's not for me. Give me glassware. One of the stores had Pokemon, collect all the Pokemon cards and stuff. I'm gonna add a little bit more maple. Did I already add maple? It tastes a bit sweeter, but. So, like that. Shitty plastic, yeah. And oh my God, that is so good. The basil is just making it like itself known slightly. It's very nice. How big was Pokemon back in the... Oh, no one knew who Pokemon was. It's only coming, you know, popular now. Pokemon wasn't as big, you know. It's thanks for the US for you guys telling. No, of course it was big. Yeah, it's huge. Oh, the kids. I'm 4 years younger than my brothers, and 4 and 5 years younger. It was huge. I was just being cheeky. I was trying to make a joke, but then it didn't come out right. What was I saying? Yeah, I used to sneak into my brother's room on sick days or days when he was at school and I wasn't, and sit and play his play his Game Boy without him knowing. And he didn't know until I told him a few years ago. He was always wondering why his save file had changed position, because I'd you know, run around and do things. I didn't know much like about it, but I used to just love playing around and yeah, it was funny telling him. My mum has a photo of me climbing. You wouldn't be able to do this these days because there's so many strict rules about kids climbing furniture and it needs to be bolted to the wall and that whatever. There's a picture of my mum walked in, a chest of drawers, and I'd climbed and I'd sat myself in the top drawer. It was like 3/4 of the way out. I was sitting there playing with my brother's Pokemon figurines. And like these days, there were the old school wood drawers where they don't have runners, and it just would have, like if I pushed myself out, the drawer would have just fallen out. Yeah, that's a little memory that I have. My son collecting the cards, he has so many. He is nearly 40 now and he treasures them. That's amazing. I love that. What amazing memories you've got. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of shake this. I might put some ice. I was gonna figure out. This little set is from Kmart. So many funky things. Oh my God, I sound like a boomer. It's so funky. So funky. Okay. It's not really doing a great job of straining, but I think this one doesn't go with the set. The other one's bigger. Hold on. What's happening here? Why are you not coming out? I just don't want any big... okay. I just want any big seeds to be in the glass. There we go. Beautiful. Funky, funky, fresh. I am an old soul in a moderately young body. So I'll take it. All right, like that. Garnish with a little bit of basil. And there you go. So just soda water or lemonade if you want to go sweet. But I love soda water. I love things that aren't too sweet. So guys, try mocktails, cocktails with basil. Basil, basil, basil. Okay? Let's clean that. Yeah, I don't want any big chunks. Blip. Strainer, didn't agree. Okay, let's have a taste. So we've got raspberry, cherry, basil. Oh my God. That is phenomenal. Oh, that is sensational. Cherry juice on its own doesn't taste very great. Like it's quite tart and then it's a bit dry. But this is really good. I think the basil was the right choice. The raspberry elevated the cherry, kind of sweet, but then it's kind of got some nice, robust. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of very sensual words. I feel like what's the wine? What are they called? A sommelier. Ooh, smelling a bit of woody notes. Really good. Big fan. I wish I could just, you guys were here and I could be like, okay, everyone come on for taste. Yeah, that's really good. And you can do whatever sweetener, honey, maple syrup. You could add no sugar if you wanted to. So this is just using Bickford's 100% cherry juice, frozen raspberries, maple syrup, lime juice is an important thing there, and then soda water. No alcohol. You could add vodka, you could add gin, would be nice. But Molly's non-alcohol free for a while. Hopefully I'll be able to know when I can go back. But I've been I've been really enjoying mocktails. And like Exceed and I aren't big drinkers in the first place. And so it is nice. I hope that they start at, different restaurants and things doing more different flavoured mocktails. And they should be $6 to $10 for a mocktail. They don't need to be on par with or just cheaper than an alcoholic drink. I've been going to restaurants recently and about $10, where they're mainly juices. Teetotaling is rising, especially among Gen Z. Apparently statistics, people are drinking less. Yeah, because it's so expensive. It's ridiculous. Obviously, I've never really enjoyed drinking much, especially like losing I was always the girl that would like look after everybody else, my friends and things. And I don't like the losing control, especially when you're out in like a place where you uncomfortable or unfamiliar in environment. It's so expensive. I would rather spend my money on good food than like drinks to go with it. So if you go out a night here, spending around $100 just to go out to get a burger each, a fries and a drink. Yeah, burger each, a fries to share and 2 drinks the other day was like $70 for Exceed and I. And then you add if we go out, he'll drink a beer, which is $10 to like $13. And then a cocktail is minimum $18. It can get really expensive. And then no driving, so Uber and taxi. Yeah. I think that, it's like a non-judgmental thing, but, I suppose you are making a judgment, but it's not, I see not my dad, but my mum and her friends and things like that, they drink way more than my friends and I do. Like, it's just, they'll sit down in the afternoons together and have a drink, or they'll go and have their friends around for a barbecue, and they're splitting bottles of wines and things like that. It's not like, it's what they do. It's their kind of generational thing, but it's just for Exceed and myself, we don't really drink that often, and I'm happy with I go to my mum's house, and it's the only time I've recently been getting the sparkling water that we have here, but I don't really drink soda. Only at their house, I have Coke Zero. Yeah, casual drinking is slowly down among generations, Gen Z. And I occasionally would go to people's houses or whatever and have a glass of wine, and it's what people do. I think everybody is different strokes for different folks, and if that's for you, fantastic. There's some people that smoke, there's some people that drink, there's some people that enjoy food. Everybody, we all should be able to do what we want to do, and we're not worrying about what other people think. It's just, I do love cocktails. I love cocktails. I love creating them. I enjoy making them. I enjoy drinking them. But at the moment, I'm not drinking alcohol. So then trying to be creative in different ways. It's amazing. Some people drink gin, some people drink tequila. I'm a tequila drinker. What do you guys like? Whiskey cocktails. I drink too much not to become drunk, but I love the good flavors. Yeah, me too. I'm the same. I love at Christmas time, because my family always get together at Christmas, making cocktails. And it's we don't drink to get drunk, but in summer, my mum has a Thermomix that she basically just uses as a blender for cocktails, and we get dried fruit, and it's like a fun thing that we do together, and we try and be creative, and we one up each other with different, flavors, and yeah, it's really good. It does feel these days, I feel like it's more acceptable to say I'm not drinking tonight. People don't overreact anymore. They're more fine with it, but yeah, if you're older and mature, yeah, like so Exceed, so like often Exceed doesn't drink only around Christmas, and so often we'll go out or go to my parents' house or whatever, and he'll say, I'm not drinking. They're like, what do you mean? Like, why? Kind of like, and there's a bit more pressure, and he's just like, I just don't feel like I just don't, no thank you. And I think that's changing. I definitely think that society is allowing people just to have, more choice. I know a girlfriend, this was 4 years ago, she told me that she was at a table and the waiter was taking the orders and everyone was having cocktails and drinks, and then she said, I'll just have lemon lime bitters, and he was like, what, you're not having a cocktail? And she's like, I'm not drinking. And the person gave her a hard time, and she looked at her husband and she was so embarrassed by this bartender or this wait staff, and then she had to go up. Her husband went up to the bar like maybe 20 minutes later or something, and he said she's actually trying to get pregnant, and like she's not drinking because for a choice, because she's has have been going through fertility things and whatever, and what you said was actually quite rude, and people can also have a choice not to drink alcohol, and it was really he said it in a really respectful way, and just to try and educate this person. It was not that they meant it, in a bad way. They were just but sometimes I think maybe I know it's a generalization, but maybe more men don't realize the changes, especially when you're going through fertility things, the things that women try and change when they're trying to get ready for pregnancy or whatever, and that there's more than one reason why people don't drink. I have another friend who doesn't drink because they've got family history of alcoholism. There's so many different reasons why people don't drink. Maybe they just don't feel well today, and they just, they had a big night last night or whatever. Like you shouldn't have to justify a reason why you don't want to drink. It's like someone saying, oh, I don't eat pork. What do you mean you don't eat pork? What do you mean you don't eat chicken? You don't eat seafood? Like, he gets it all the time because he doesn't eat seafood. In my family, who are big fishermen, seafood eaters. But that's it. Like, it's you just need to. Someone doesn't do something, you go, okay, no worries, all good. Or you say, just wondering, you just don't like the taste of it, or you have certain cultural things. I'd love to know why. A lot of judgment for my choice of not eating certain foods. That's really poor form. That 100% needs to be reported to management. Oof. Should need to justify it. Yeah. I tend to drink less often than hubby doesn't, and as I get... Yeah. And you were saying before you like a gin and tonic? I need to... Hold on. You don't eat chicken? Okay, we are no longer friends. Yeah, people... I've got... people that don't eat chicken. Everyone's like, oh, but chicken's the most versatile protein. I just don't... But people just say they don't like chicken. They're allowed to not like something. Whereas it's like if someone says, I don't like duck, it's more kind of culturally normal to not like duck, but to not like chicken or to not like pork. Oh, no, pork, I suppose, for religious things, but yeah. Or you don't like seafood. Were you allergic? No, I just don't like it. Beef, yeah. And I just think we need to, with everything, give each other space. It's harder for someone who's cooking to, sometimes we go to a family's house or I make food, and if someone's gluten-free and someone doesn't eat this, doesn't eat that, you have to you have to manage that. But it's also a way of making them feel loved, to know that, or you can just pick it out, compared to, hey, I know you don't eat chicken, I made you your own stir fry, or, you know, whatever. Like, it's very thoughtful. I think it goes a long way when someone says, you know, I know that you're gluten-free, I made the whole meal gluten-free tonight, and everyone else will just have to lump it or whatever. And I try to make it as delicious as possible. You know, I think that goes a long way, rather than pretending. One thing I don't like, I think it's really disrespectful, people who pretend that a certain food like doesn't have chicken in it, or it's you pick the chicken out so a vegetarian can eat it, even though it's got like certain, you know, remnants of chicken or chicken stock and things like that. Like, I take it very seriously. I know what Exceed likes and it doesn't like, and I'd never try and pretend something doesn't have it. Like, you know, if it's got pork, then I'll be like, that's not for you. This is chicken gyoza, and I'll have the pork or whatever. It's really lovely when you make an extra effort for folks. Yeah, I think it's important that, you know, it's the little things to make people feel seen. I think that is nice to do, to make them feel, especially with preferences, like whatever type of preference that someone has, to acknowledge it and just be like, I know that you like this, and, you know, I want you to feel comfortable, and I've made this especially for you. Because you know what it's like to feel seen, and a lot of people go through it their whole life feeling invisible, and that is the shittiest thing that I could ever think of. And so if you can see someone, you know, at a certain moment, and see them where they are, and, you know, take their hand and be with them for a few moments, or put a smile on their face, I think that's an important, impactful thing. Okay, we're gonna still drink this, and we're gonna make some food. Yum. Okay. Damn it, pressed the wrong button. So, Horty, you like a gin and tonic? I love a gin and tonic. Do you have a favourite, a preference for a gin? I can't do shellfish, and my mum used to add to dish to test. Yeah. And you know, in a previous time, my grandmother has a preference for not having MSG. She's quite vocal about MSG. And once on stream, I put it in my food, and I knew she was going to eat it, but I was going to like pretend that she like that, so that she didn't know. But then I thought about it, and you try, and, you know, if she doesn't like it, then it wouldn't be fair. How would I feel the same way? You know, just trying to. I'm just trying to see if I missed any chat. If I did, let me know. Jay and I both enjoy a few fancy alcohols, but rarely drink anymore. Yeah, it's nice to have something. Except I used to drink wine, like red wine. We used to go to wineries and things, but then we just kind of stopped. If we go to a winery or something, we haven't for a while. We used to buy bottles and have them in the fridge and crack one open and have a glass at night, but it's kind of something we don't do anymore. Something to drink, whether water, cola, beer, whiskey, or a cocktail, I shook up just for the flavour. Nice. Okay, does anyone have a favourite non-alcoholic gin? Bottles are expensive, so that's why I haven't really been doing non-alcoholic spirits. I find it quite ridiculous, the cost of it. I'd like to try the Four Pillars, which is my favourite gin company. They do, it's called Bandwagon, their version of non-alcoholic spirits. The ones that I have tried, Seedlip. This is kind of like a spice. We got sent these years ago. If you guys remember, Seedlip. I don't even know if this bottle opens. Is it screw top or is it? So it doesn't even open. What? Okay. This is nice. This is kind of like a aromatic gin. Seedlip Spice 94. Spice 94, that is nice. I also like the citrus one as well. Why isn't this opening? Okay. Maybe I'll just, oh, there we go. Yeah, that's nice. It's not a colour, I can put it in here. It's only a little bit, let's use it all. The citrus one, I prefer citrus gins too. With elderflower syrup, Currently drinking Sip Smith, which is dry. I love Four Pillars, yeah. That, I should have tasted it before. I think it's gone to vinegar. Oh God, that's really made me, oh. I don't think that was very good. Oh no, does it have an expiry date on it? Oh God. Seedlip 94, current year of origin UK. Should have a date at least, like, then it was made, right? Don't know. Or a batch number. But whatever, it's gone bad. It has to be at least 4 years old. Rocku's nice. No, I haven't, sorry, Rocku is, I've never tried it, but there is a bottle. Oh my God, it's gonna do my head in. So it's like a bottle that's like this and it's got a cork. That doesn't, I can picture it, can't you picture it, what I'm picturing? Empire, not Empire. It's like an orangey gold bottle. It's like, it's spiced. I'm gonna have to find it. It's gonna do my head in. Hendrick's gin. I think Hendrick's goes well with cucumber. Rolling Thunder, thanks for being here. I hope you have a great night. That has just ruined that drink. Okay. I have to find Ophir. I think it's called Ophir, maybe. I won a bottle from Dan Murphy's years ago, entered a competition with a girlfriend. Ophir. It's $61 a bottle at Dan's. It's really nice, from what I remember. What is this? Yeah, so that's a recommendation, but that's alcoholic. I have to have a look at some non-alcoholic versions. Cucumber, black pepper, and rose petals. Bougie. Okay. All right, so we're getting into food. So I've written up a recipe and I haven't linked it. We love that. Laksa. So we're going to do chicken today, and then I'm going to tweak around different versions. Okay. To see, this is going to serve 2 people. I think we discussed serving 2, so you could double it to 4 and then halve it to be 1 portion, but 2 is great. I'm kind of considering recipes on the website be 2 portions now, and then as a base, because I usually do 4. So we'll see. There might be a mix of all different ones. So we're going to need some chilies, shallot, garlic, lemongrass, ginger, coriander seeds, cumin seeds, turmeric, nope. Oh goodness, macadamia nuts or candle nuts. Candle nuts you can buy from the Asian grocer. They're very similar to a candle, for a macadamia. Just use them, they go creamier and they're easier. Shrimp paste, vegetable oil and salt, okay? So that's what we're gonna get and put into here. I should go to Vitamix. So grab yourself a Vitamix bottle. I don't think the latest cheer is accurate on your little bubble in the corner. This little bubble. Shoot, actually go make a cocktail now. Part of the reason I don't drink, it's a little, I won't drink at all if I work the next day, I get it. Yeah, okay, it might be old inputs, is that what you're saying? The last cheer was, oh, the bot's down. I think that's why. Stuff happens. Okay, so chilies. I got 2 large chilies instead of 2 small chilies, so we're just gonna roll with that. I keep my ginger in the freezer, so it's easier to grate and stays fresher for longer, so it doesn't shrivel up. We don't like things shriveling around here. Now I've totally forgot what else I needed. Chili. Excuse me. Ginger. Garlic's there. Shallots. I don't know where I put the shallots. If they're in the pantry or in the fridge. So we're making a laksa, Malaysian laksa paste, and then making a soup. Bless you, thank you. I need a blessing. Hey, Choo Choo. Okay, we're gonna go with 2 to 3 garlic cloves. Go in the back. If I was, why did I, oh my gosh, my brain is worse than usual. Okay, why did I go in the back? I needed macadamia nuts, shrimp paste, and shallots, okay? Macadamia nuts, I think I only need 2. So the macadamia nuts or the candle nuts are going to give it some like smooth creaminess to the paste, kind of keep it together. And I have macadamia nuts. I got them somewhere. Chia. Okay, maybe I don't. Oh yeah, they're just there. They're right there in front of me. Macadamia nuts, belacan. I don't know how to, belacan, shrimp paste. I also have candle nuts here that I'll show you. I don't know how old they are, so I'm not going to use them. Shallots. I think that's, is that it? Is that all we needed? Oh yes, song request, I love it. Okay, chilies, shallots, garlic, lemongrass paste, ginger, coriander seeds, cumin seeds, turmeric, macadamia nuts, shrimp paste. Yes, fabulous. Cool. So, the thing we need Trying to turn it up. There we go. I've never heard this song, I don't think. Oh my God. Poor short men. Yeah, I feel like this song is definitely ruder than it. It's from third. Don't make me feel old. This reminds me of a song I've heard from. You remember Dr. Disrespect? Is he still streaming? Like, is it on YouTube still? So back in the day when I started streaming, nearly 7 years ago, Dr. Disrespect was huge. And, you know, all these people have, like, I suppose it's just because I don't pay attention as much as I used to. I don't spend as much time on Twitch. But Dr. Disrespect was on Twitch, and I think he was on YouTube now. And he would have music like this, that his, like, wife or someone would, it just sounds like a song that he released, that his wife or partner maybe produced, did the music for his streams, and he would dance. I feel like maybe I've heard that song from him. I don't know. Your parents had no idea what was being insinuated when I sang. I remember, speaking about songs, like, now we have to make this a new topic to talk about. Songs that are rude that you didn't know were rude, or they were, you know, the insinuation of something that was more adulty. I remember being in the car when a song came on. I have never seen my mum move so quickly in the car to change the channel. It was like the song that was like, put your hands down my pants and I'll make you feel nuts. Oh my God, my mum like died, and she changed the channel so quick. I remember that we were in Tasmania. Bloodhound Gang, yeah. What's the song called? It was huge. And she was mortified. Okay. So we've got one shallot or echalot. Then we've got some ginger. It's like half a thumb size in there. Garlic. The bad touch. You can brush my hair and dress me everywhere. I'm made out of plastic fan. Well, how's it go? You can brush my hair and dress me everywhere. Yeah. Because we just thought it was about Barbie dolls. Who is this singing with Taylor? And there's, what's that song that it's like, if you scream, push it. Yeah, no. If you scream, it'll make me push it again or something. There's some really inappropriate songs. And it's basically about rape. It sounds like it's about rape. Let's go party. Yeah. There we go. Chilies. So these are cayenne chilies. Bird's eye would be ideal. Just don't have any. They didn't have any. You can blow my whistle. Okay. Chilies. We want it nice and spicy. Hey, yellow. Hello. I need to tell you something. I just looked at Chester. Chester and I went to the vet on Wednesday, and I'm still waiting to actually get a hold of the vet. She was supposed to ring me. We've been ringing. She left a message. And while his red blood cells have gone up a little bit, which is great, he's at 38. They're not as increasing as much as we want. So his red blood cells have increased. his white blood cells are basically normal. So that's pretty incredible. I came home and I walked in and I just started crying, and I said to Exceed, like, coming from a dog who has leukemia, his normal levels are around 10,000. He had 130,000 white blood cells in his, and he had high protein, and he was 6 months ago, was very unwell. He still has possible signs of overuse of steroids, possible Cushing's symptoms, because his hair is really coarse, it's really dry, and his skin colour is changing. So we might chat to her about possibly reducing his steroids slightly. He's pretty healthy. So very, very happy. Very, very happy for our Chewy. This is what just reminded me. Look at him. I think he thinks he just likes to be near me.
Delicious.
Delicious! Thank you for the resub. So yes, amazing news. It is. It's been fantastic. We're very lucky. We're very lucky to have you, aren't we? Hey Google, add lemongrass paste to my shopping list. Grumpy, thank you for 53 months. It's such a long time.
I added lemongrass paste to the list called shopping.
You're my big boy, aren't you? Just put your fingers off that. You're my big boy. Hey? We're going to have you for a long time, hopefully. So we're just going to need to, yeah, he's losing his curls. The way that, I think my sub is as old as Jeff, yes. So because of the prednisolone steroid, it affects the hair formation, the follicles. So his hair isn't growing back like it used to, and it doesn't curl like it used to. So it just goes crimpy. Hey, big guy. But, you know, she said she's not too worried and everything else is doing well. So we're just going to try and find him some hair wash or something that then puts the fat back into and the shine back into his coat to see if we can artificially or, you know, do something to it to kind of strengthen his fur. But yes, getting there. You know, it's about managing his symptoms. It's never, you know, we're basically just maintaining him for as long as we can. He'll never get rid of the chemo, the leukemia. He'll be on chemo and steroids for the rest of his life to some degree. Okay, so lemongrass paste. Hi, you don't like this. How is baby G and baby Z? Hey. So is it actual Cushing's or something just similar due to the steroids? My mini schnauzer had Cushing's and I didn't know affecting his coat was a thing. Yeah, so she mentioned Cushing's. That's why I'm trying to get a hold of her to talk to her about it. So part of overuse of steroid can be it affects their adrenal glands. So I was looking at baby K, sorry, not baby Z. What was I thinking? K. Yes, you know who I mean. Baby Z. I don't know where that came from. What name is Z, Molly? Yeah, so part of steroids can create Cushing's, but Cushing's can be created by 3 different things. Can be an issue with the brain, can be an issue with the adrenal glands, and can be caused, I think that's what it was. There's 3 things, and then one of them is iatrogenic, which is caused by overuse of steroids that then overstimulates the adrenal glands. And so it's created his tummy, his hyperpigmentation, his tummy's like changed color. It's got darkened, kind of gone like greyish black, and changed his fur and his aggression. So he's still Chess, he's beautiful, but he's just more defensive sometimes. Like he will attack Romeo over food on occasion, and he just a little bit like mood swings type thing. It's mood swings for dogs. Okay, so there we go. And into here, we just want some macadamia nuts. 2, 1, 2, and then eat the other one yourself. Oh, so this is a candle nut. So that's a candle nut, and that is a macadamia nut. Hey Google, what's the difference between a candle nut and a macadamia?
On the website Quora.com, they say candle nuts are primarily used as a thickening agent in cooking, while macadamia nuts are often eaten raw or roasted as a snack or used in baked goods.
Hey Google, what's the origin for candle nuts?
According to Wikipedia, the candle nut was first domesticated on the islands of Southeast Asia.
Salt. We're going to add some of these Belacan shrimp paste. So instead of this, you use soy sauce. Do you like this? Does it taste good for dogs? Does that smell good for you? You like that? I don't think this is good for dogs. It's got salt in it. Okay. So we're going to use half of one. Oh, it's stinky. So instead of this, you could use soy fish sauce. He's licking his lips. Okay. I think I'm going to go half. A quarter. So like a quarter of a teaspoon. Oh. Does it taste good? He's licking my hand. Hey Google, can dogs eat shrimp paste?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Can dogs eat shrimp paste?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay. All right, so then we need some vegetable oil. So vegetable oil in here. This is a tablespoon. Fabulous. Coriander seeds, half a tablespoon. Coriander. Cardamom, ground cardamom, coriander seeds. Okay. Teaspoon. I just realized I don't have half a tablespoon. So, 2 teaspoons. There we go. And then we need half a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Like that. Turmeric. And we're going to blend this into a paste. Okay. So might need to blend it. Scrape down the sides, then blend it again. So here we go. Let's give it a shake. I'm gonna mute myself, okay? All right. Yum. Oh. 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 Oh my God, that is very spicy. Okay, so, that shrimp is no good. Okay, now, oh my goodness, my nose is itchy. So we're gonna do it in a wok, or then a saucepan. So this is a test laksa paste recipe to then make into the soup. It might take a few variations to do the paste, but we'll see how we go. So, okay, add the garlic, ginger. So once you kind of make the laksa paste, it's very quick to progress. So I'm going to be using chicken breast. You can use thigh, works really well. I've got some noodles here somewhere. Vermicelli noodles. And then I also got Hokkien because they're a little bit thicker. Some people like them to do both. Coconut milk. Okay. Then veggies. What kind of veggies do you like in your laksa? So I've got bean sprouts. We're going to do tofu puffs. Lime wedges, perfect for Horty. Using up the limes. Coriander, cilantro. Some people like to do like bell pepper or capsicum. I'm not really a huge fan of too much veggies in a laksa, except I love bean shoots. Coriander. Me and my chicken. Oh, tofu puffs. So just get them from the Asian grocer. You pan fry them. I don't know how old mine are. I have to get sit on the floor to get into my. I can't squat down at the moment. Saw from the gym. I'm so proud of myself. I managed to go to the gym because last week I was a bit sick. But I'm sore. Okay. Of course. Tofu puffs that I've been looking forward to for the last 2 weeks. I know where to be freaking found. Are you kidding? There they are. Eggplant, okay. Hey Google, what is laksa? Tofu puffs, like that. So you just grab a few of them. Well, just do all of them. And then just get some oil, some neutral flavored oil. Hey Google, what is laksa?
According to Wikipedia, laksa is a spicy noodle dish popular in Southeast Asia. Laksa consists of various types of noodles, most commonly thick rice noodles, with toppings such as chicken, prawn, or fish. Most variations of laksa are prepared with a rich and spicy coconut soup or a broth seasoned with sour assam.
There we go. Can this be frozen? Yes. So you just want to make sure you have the soup, the broth on its own, take the noodles out, and then you can freeze it. You just don't want to let this cool with the noodles because then the noodles absorb all of the broth and then it goes no good. So make it ahead of time and then freeze it, and then when you want, cook the noodles fresh, add them, and Bob's your uncle and Jill is your aunt. Cool? So the rest of it is pretty bang and easy to go. Make the noodles. Some people like rice noodles, some people like the thick noodles, some people do both. So you can do whatever you prefer. I like thinner noodles, but I think we'll do a bit of both just so that you can see how it turns out. Okay, I need to go to the toilet. So I'm going to pop this on heat. You okay, Jess? Good boy. Okay, back. I'm going to run away. Just going to go to the bathroom, but I'll leave you with this and I'll be back soon. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We've been streaming for, holy, 8 to 9, 10, 11 to 4 hours and 16 minutes. We have made a mess.
Because you've humanized the bunny so much, I feel like I'm like drinking bunny bits. Like there's chunky bits in there and I feel like it's like chunks of bunny.
So yours is either coconut or...
Yeah. Please be coconut.
Spoiled milk.
Please be coconut.
Mine,
Coconut.
I think, is stink bug or toasted marshmallow.
Cheers. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you. Mine's stink bug.
Oh, the milk. Oh, it's so gross.
Mine tastes meaty. The stink bug tastes like you've eaten like... They're both bad.
Oh, God. Ugh, yeah, but that. Please be banana.
Mine's rotten egg. What the heck?
It's banana, baby.
Is it?
It's banana.
You want mine?
No.
I feel like I don't have that part of my tongue anymore. That will seem super creepy if I say what I'm going to say.
C-U-S-T-A-R-D, custard, custard, C-U-S-T-A-R-D, custard. Guys, it's hard to turn that word into our thank you song.
I don't know how to do the chewy noise. That is not a chewy noise.
Hands out.
Was it a weird thing to do? I'm sorry.
No, obviously you can open your eyes. You've been looking at it. It's been there the whole time.
Your mucus should not look this color. You sick. You sick? I know your mum's probably telling you that you're not, but you sick, bro. You sick. You need some medication, some antibiotics, antivirals, something. Maybe a new immune system, because that ain't normal for your snot.
It's gonna be licorice because Cad loves me.
Cad, thank you for the $10.
Oh, his gung's dry. Oh, it's so gross. Right, a lot of that water is finding its way onto my leg when you move it from bowl to hair.
Okay, so you don't want it in your bowls. I mean...
Guys, I'm going. This is the before. Remember the before so that you can compare it to the after, all right? I don't like it.
Hello. Press the button on the camera button too early. I hadn't checked if my microphone was open. Okay, welcome back. Okay, so this is the tofu puffs. Just pan frying them to get them a bit crispy, like that. They're very nice because they're just like a bit crunchy on the outside, and then they absorb the laksa sauce. It's so good. Okay, so we've got our heat on. They're spluttering. Nice. I love that. Go away. Okay. That's heating up. So we've got our chicken. Just gonna do chunks of chicken. The rule of thumb is like a bite size for you and how you like. I like to have a bit of noodles, a little bit of bean shoots on my spoon with a bit of chicken. So I like our chicken always chopped a bit smaller. It's the same with most things that I always tell you, like, exceeding our personal preference is chopped small. But I know a lot of people and a lot of cooks that chop their chicken huge. Yes, it might look more presentable, but in reality, I don't think it's for me. I love it when you do it like that. Okay. I think these are crispy now. Yeah. Small cooks through, more reliable. Yeah. Definitely. How you doing, Michaela? Sorry I didn't say hello before. Hello, if you're just joining us. Okay. So knife. I want bite-sized pieces, and my bite size shouldn't take up my entire mouth. Agreed. Yes. Okay. So against the grain, you're just gonna slice through like that. And remember, it's gonna reduce the size as it cooks as well. It's gonna shrink down. So you do you, boo. Chicken thigh is good as well. More flavor in a chicken thigh. I have a bit of chicken thigh in my freezer, but I know Exceed prefers breast. So doesn't matter what size as long as it's even. So as Michaela said, cooks evenly, quicker. There we go. And then we're going to pan fry this. $19.99. So my aim for this recipe is to have a paste that is flavorful. That all you need to do is get a 2 tablespoons or like a half a cup of the paste, pop it in the pan, fry that, add some coconut milk, some stock, and then your veggies and your meat. Like that, the paste should be the entire dish mainly. Some recipes you'll see that they'll say add a paste, like a store-bought paste, and then they'll add extra stuff to it. I want my recipe to be the paste, and you only need to add like 3 or 4 things to it. You know, being your coconut milk and your chicken stock and your protein of choice. Because then you'll cook it more often. You don't have to rely on having, you know, that's got your chili, your garlic, your ginger, all the things to it, sorry. So it's already made for you. The hard part's done. It's the same with people who do marinades and then they add extra stuff. Yes, you're building on flavor, but I don't want to have to have chicken, like two chilies for this, blend that up, and then add another chopped chili. I'd just rather have like the blended chili. Less work. # lazy cook. Okay. So This should still be a little bit warm. We're gonna go in here. This is your, there we go. Vegetable oil, so I just use sunflower oil. We are gonna start using some tallow, animal fat. On occasion, but I just keep, it's just in a block. I don't know how to put it in more presentable, easy to use form. I don't know if it's allowed to be at room temperature. Does anyone know? Is anyone familiar with, oh, sorry buddy, it's okay. Is anyone familiar with using lard? I think it has to stay at room in the fridge. Okay, so we're just going to brown this off. So while that's cooking, I just want to show you this. So that is the tofu puff, and when you break it open, it's like a sponge, like that. Doesn't taste like much. You got some? Oh, doesn't taste like much at all. But once the sauce is in there, it'll be beautiful. Yeah, tofu is a vehicle for other flavours, that's it. On its own, it's crispy, but it's got kind of like nothing to it. Talk about it. Okay, so nudes in there. We're gonna add the rice noodles. This is leftovers of the blondies. I've just had no interest in eating the last few days. Last night I just wanted something to eat, so I made guacamole and tried to eat some corn chips. And I just, nothing is interesting me. It's so annoying. I thought it was COVID, but I don't, my taste buds are still there. I'm just really apathetic about food, which is not a good thing when you are a cook as your job. Okay. So when I brown it, keep cooking it, reduce off the moisture. Give me one moment. Some herbs. What have I got? Nah, I don't want to add any of that. Okay. Hey kids, how you doing? How has therapy been this week? How's therapy been? Hey? You missed the good news. Chester's white blood cells are basically normal. The chemo's doing its thing. He's a healthy boy at the moment. And that's thanks to Uncle Kerry, isn't it? He's been very helpful, very kind. Alrighty. What him with? He's been getting, so he's lost 500 grams because we've been feeding him less. So, which is good. He's 15.3 kilos now. Come up from 12. Do you guys remember when he got really sick? He was 12 kilos. And so we're just giving him some more Ziwi, you know, leveling out what amount of food we can give him. Today was acupuncture with the TENS unit attached. Quite a unique experience. Yes. So pregnant women put them on their tummies, and they also do it to their husbands or partners to like replicate contractions. I've had it on my hand when we were at school like that. Is it working for you, the TENS machine? Oh, I have hiccups. Oh my goodness. Has anyone had acupuncture? I've been recently thinking about looking into it. All right, take those noodles out. Oh my gosh. That sounds painful to have it attached to needles. So what I'm going to try and do, because I'm cooking 2 lots of noodles, I want to be cheeky and I want to keep this hot water. So I'm going to try and strain it into a bowl to then capture the water at the bottom so then I can pop it back in. Reuse water and hot water. You did it before you had, was it helpful for your son? Was it for pain or was it for fertility, or? You don't mind me asking? Just. Okay. Without getting too squirmy, they use acupuncture to break up the scar tissue, and then the electricity finishes breaking it all up with contractions. Wow. Pain and fertility. Wow. Okay. And it was helpful for you? Obviously, fertility reasons was? Because I thought about, you know, if we do have, you know, if we continue to not be able to get pregnant, then I was looking at for acupuncture. Hey. So noodles, we're just going to pop them in there. Like that. Like here. We're going to add in our paste. And so for me, my aim is to be able to make this a one kind of paste recipe, or like one, you know, main ingredient recipe. But I don't know if I'm sure on this paste, so I think I'm going to add a few more things to it. You like the sizzle? Yes. Chronic Achilles tendon. Oh, you poor thing. Good boy. Oh, Jess, you want a bone? You have to take it outside though. I'm going to give Chester a bone. You have to take it outside. That's for big boys. This for big boys. Come on, take it outside. It's very fatty. I don't know if I want to give you this anymore. You can have a small one. Bye. You take it outside? Okay, I'll open the door. Yeah. I didn't realise how fatty these bones were. They're just basically fat. The vet said that, oh, he always knows. Remy, having a baby actually was the biggest help with that. The hormones loosened up the tendons for birth, reversed a lot of issues for many years. But my son is almost 6 now and my tendonitis is becoming painful again. Time to get pregnant. Kidding, I'm kidding. Okay. So, I'm just seeing what else I need to add to this. We're going to add brown sugar and a bit of soy, I think. Eventually that will be incorporated in the paste. I should have picked that up. What did I say? Soy and what? Brown sugar. Okay. A little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of soy. So depending on how spicy you like it, we can tweak it. Always my recipes are mild, and then you can always add more, or you can take away and make it, minimum spice. Okay. Tin of coconut milk. Oh, and then I forgot to add chicken stock powder, or veggie, whatever you like. One moment. I think Romeo has realised Chester's got a bone. Nope. I don't know where they've gone. Okay. Like this. You could do low-fat coconut milk if you want, but you need some type of coconut milk. Oh, God, that's so good. Oh, my God, that's so good. So, Molly, regional dialect question. Why is it called a tin and not a can? We use them interchangeably. We call it tin, can, yeah. Hey, Google, what is the difference between a tin and a can?
On the website Quora.com,
A little bit of water.
Tin is a metal and a can is something which you put things in. Many people will use either or
It's a
both
tin
to
can.
describe the same
Yeah.
thing. I just bought a tin of beans. Or get that can of beans out of the cupboard.
Yeah. Can of baked beans. Tin of baked beans. Yeah, we use them interchangeably.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Great question. But I don't think they're made out of tin anymore. But yeah, we call them tin cans. Oh, this is really yummy. Hot. Hot, hot, hot. So, you can make it more spicy with more spice, more chili. You could make it less creamy with more water, so what the plan is to use a tin of coconut milk and then a can, use that, where did I put the can? Same amount of water. Tin of, I always thought tins are rectangular, okay. Can of sardine, yeah, so we say like tin of tuna, can of tuna, canned tuna, tin tuna. Tin of something you can eat, can is a bevy. But I say canned tuna. You eat canned tuna? Do you eat tinned tuna? Doesn't sound as good. Can of pop. Yeah, can of Coke. Yeah, can of Coke, definitely. Look at that. Yes. And then we got our nudes here. Oh, I think I overcooked them. But that's okay. That's okay. That happens. Hot. So now you build your bowl, like you build your bear. So this recipe feeds how many?
Have you been paying attention?
I love this thing. 2! Yes, feeds 2. Hope. I think I've done it right. Feeds 2. I'll only make 1 this time, but it feeds 2. So we'll go like this. And we're going to start with our nudes. Chicken of the sea comes in tins. Yeah. Canned tuna, tin tuna. So I like rice noodles. But then also some people like these big Hokkien noodles. They kind of like look like udon, to be honest. These are the best noodles that I've ever, like usually the Hokkien noodles, they break apart. These ones are really good. These were Hokkien, weren't they? Yeah, Hokkien noodles. Usually the noodles that I buy, they break apart. But these ones are really good. Mr. Chen's. Heat and eat. Nice, thanks Mr. Chen. Egg noodles in Laksa, but are hard to cook at home without break. Yeah, aren't they? Those ones are really good. Honestly, swear to my being, God, that honestly, these are the best noodles. I always break them and I avoid eating them. Okay, let's be honest, I won't really eat much. So, like this. What else should we add? We've got bean sprouts. I bloody love these. Mr. Chen hits. He hits hard. Coriander. Crispy fried noodles, you think? Not fried noodles, crispy fried, whatever they're called. We'll get some sriracha. Sriracha. Hey, Chu. Maybe, do you think, like that, do you think peanuts or nah? Nah. Nah. Probably nah, right? I'm gonna get some chili. Do you eat your bone? You got nice clean teeth? Talking to you, chat. Kidding. Okay. Look how pretty that looks. How many people will try this recipe? You've still got a few more to make. The next one's coming is the blondie. The lemongrass beef, you've got to get onto that. It's so yummy. I've got to remake the Japanese chicken, miso chicken bowl. Okay. Look at that. Oh, that's the before. Probably this is a little bit. There we go. And then, how am I gonna get this out? God, those would be easy to make in single portions. And then, so the plan is that it'll be a paste you make, you keep in the fridge, and then, so the paste will make 2 portions, and then if you want, you can double it or whatever, keep it in the fridge, scoop out you know, like half of it, pop it in the fry pan, fry it, add some chicken or prawns or shrimp or whatever, add your coconut milk, add your stock powder, stock water, and then in your bowl, make your noodles and stuff like that, and then make it. So it's like all in one paste. That's my idea. I'm really into minimal fuss. I just want to make sure that the paste is good first, because that's going to be the main thing of it. This is way too big. Okay, ready? I think I'll add more water. Hey Google, turn on Alexa.
Okay, turning on Alexa.
It's a bit too thick. You don't want it to, you want it to be nice where it's enjoyable. You don't want to, the sauce to be too thick, because then it's too intense and too much to eat. You need to thin it out, because then you can keep eating with the noodles and things like that. The noodles will thicken it up anyway. So we're going to add a little bit of extra water.
Delicious.
Hello everybody, welcome in. We've come at the right time. We're making laksa. Hello Rusty, thank you so much for the raid. Come on in everyone. My name is Molly, and my little sidekick here, see his tail, is Chester. My husband and I co-create the channel, and we do cooking. So we stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you're in North America, it's Sunday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night. And we make simple, delicious food. So this is a recipe we're working on for you guys to get on the website. So this is laksa, a chicken laksa. I know, both our anniversaries are coming up. Yes, 7 years for us. 6 for you, 5 for you. Yes, so this shirt, I tucked the top off, but this is for Cure Cancer, Game On Cancer, a charity that we're involved with. 420, yep, 4 for you, wow, amazing. I can't believe that we have the same anniversary. What are the chances? So for us, we say 20th of the 4th. Our normal dates. It's so funny because you would say like we say the 20th of July, where you say July 20th. Crazy, huh? How was your stream? What did you get up to? How was everything? You guys keeping out of trouble? Reposting just before the raid because I think have missed. Could probably freeze single portions. Yes, of the paste. Single portions of the paste, Margot. Yes, that would be a really great idea. For a single portion, you need about a quarter of a cup. So you could freeze, but you'd probably need like 4 ice cubes, depending on what size your ice cubes are. So before this comes out, I'm going to buy some various store-bought Laksa pastes to then compare to see what we like, what we don't like. I'm just adding a bit of hot water to thin it out. Okay, that's what I would do. Yeah, I like it. Thank you, great idea. Roselli, you there? Mods, beware, can you write that in Molly to-do list? Or someone? Okay. Okay, look at this. Yes. Look at that. Freeze the paste in ice cube trays. Just give me something to remember to do. So you can do chunks of chicken. I usually do this with shrimp or prawns, but because he doesn't like it. But I'm a bit wary because this has shrimp paste. So I'm going to try and find an alternate variation without using shrimp paste. Okay. So we've got thick noodles and thin noodles. So like I said, you like to just get a little bit. For laksa, I don't think it is as culturally appropriate compared to ramen to slurp. So usually what you do is you put it on your spoon. It's not, yeah, I don't know, because with pho, laksa, things like that, I don't think it is as culturally appropriate as ramen is. Japanese really like to slurp, and it means that the food is good. So I'm not sure. Do you guys know? All right. Oh, it's really good. Yum. It's got a nice kick to it. It's good. I like bean shoots and let them sit and soften for a bit. But these noodles are really, I'm impressed with these hokkien noodles. An alternative to shrimp paste would be good. I eat seafood, but shrimp paste is hard to buy in small enough portions. Yes. Just, let it fly in, buddy. Left the door open. You need to use your paws to shut the door. Yes, okay, so fish sauce can be used as an alternative, but I'll see if I can find something vegetarian. What we can do. This is good. So, tamari, I need to buy some because soy is a good, tamari is an alternative to soy, but I found that tamari, maybe it's the version that I bought, the brand that I bought, it wasn't as intense saltiness and umami flavor. So I have to do some thinking and look. Oh my God, I forgot my puffs. Guys, I forgot my puffs. Good, it wasn't just me. Yeah, so, and then you put your puffs on top. Where's Nido? She would have been impressed with eating tofu. So you push these in, they're like crispy, and then you let them soak, and they go like, oh, so good. Just rolled in, looks delicious. Thank you. Yum. So they're like a, guys, did we get a stream shout out for Rusty, by the way? Again, if you've come from Rusty's stream, welcome in. I missed what you made. Again, Lady Naganata. How you bloody doing? I'm so sorry, I'm just distracted with my soup. Hey, Bean. Sorry, I'm terrible. God, damn it. Let's have a look. Oh my gosh, we did steak and cheese egg rolls. So, did you pan fry them? Did you air fry them? I bet that would have been good. What kind of cheese? So was it kind of like a Philly cheesesteak egg roll? Did you have, they were fire? I bet they were. Quick hello, this looks amazing. Are you happy with the taste? I am pretty happy. I want to do some more variations. Shallow fry and yes. So with pepper and onion. Nice. That would have been really great. Yum. We did cheeseburger, we call them spring rolls, but similar, they're same as egg rolls, and they were really good. But I think Philly cheesesteak would be even better. That sounds delicious. That would have been really good. Okay, so that, what do you think of my laksa? And I think A bowl that big is a good portion for one person, especially with noodles. I think that's an excellent portion for 2 people for this whole dish. You can add more veggies and toppings, add more noodles. I think that's more than enough for one person. It's quite large. I don't know if I like, this is the first time ever I've liked Hokkien noodles, and especially in Laksa. I think, just let me have the broth by itself. You know what it needs? Some acidity, like some lime. Just kind of like it's cut through the creaminess and the chili. Oh yeah, that's it. Yep. That is really yum. And it's so quick, so easy. Will that take us like 45 minutes? Even 45 minutes an hour we're talking? The lime, oh my God, that lime is so good. It just like brings it all together. Oh my goodness, that is soul soup. There's something about like noodle soups for me that just are comforting. Exceed knows that I've been unwell the last few days. And he said, you know, this is your soul soup, you know. I was like, oh, I don't know if Laksa is, but it's definitely something about pho or kind of like a hot pot with noodles, Laksa, just that is so, it's chicken, like it's like a chicken soup, right? Chicken soup for the soul. So, now this storing, what you want to do, like even if me setting this aside for a few hours for work, to finish stream, I would still try and kind of remove the liquid and strain the liquid off, because what's going to happen is it's going to sit and the noodles are going to absorb all of the moisture. So if you haven't finished and you want to keep it for later, that's just something you need to be aware of. It will absorb all of this moisture, and you know, in a few hours or tomorrow, you would just be like eating curry noodles. So you got to be aware of that. Okay, so I'm just going to have a little bit more, and then I'm going to strain it so I can have it later. Hey Google, can you slurp Laksa?
On the 6th in Hall's Head, it'll be partly cloudy, with a high of 30 and a low of 17.
What?
Okay, set it
Hey
for
Google,
when?
stop. Watch out. Slurp
No
Laksa.
problem. No new alarm set. Good night.
Pho. Good night. It's not night, you donkey. Hey Google, stop. Okay. So, to slurp and not to slurp. Okay. I'm just interested to see how rude it is. So you're told that you can slurp ramen, right? What not to do when eating noodles. Okay. It says Jetstar, which is an airplane. Oh my gosh. It's like, oh goodness. Okay. Airline. That's it. It's a plane company. The company that makes the birds. Okay, so slurping your noodles loudly is considered a compliment to the chef throughout Japan and China, a sign of deep appreciation. In South Korea and Singapore, however, not so much. There you might get an unappreciative glance, the kind you do when you get talked too loudly on a quiet train carriage. As far as Koreans and Singaporeans are concerned, slurping loudly is utter uncouth. There we go. So basically outside of China and Japan, don't slurp. Yeah, I would say don't slurp. I don't really slurp in general, even ramen. It's just one of those things that I'm American, thus uncouth by default. Okay, so another one is condiment calm. Just because an eatery provides condiments like sriracha and hoisin for Vietnamese pho or sesame oil or flakes for Japanese ramen doesn't mean you should pile them on your bowl as soon as it arrives. I am so a believer of this in general. I don't mean to be rude, but this is how I feel when I tell Exceed off. When something comes to your table, or if someone feeds you something, I think it's incredibly rude to put salt and pepper or seasoning on it straight away. Exceed always says it's as the chef prepared, and he'll do that for probably everyone other than me. But he'll ask. You know, he's very polite. He always asks. He's like, will you be upset if I put Cholula on this, or will? He's very respectful, but he knows that it irks me. Sometimes he used to just put hot sauce or something on top of it. But you don't know what it needs until you taste it. I have put salt on something before and then I've tasted it and it was like way too salty and I'm like, so dumb. Wait, taste the food before you season it? Never. Yes. So this is what I just do, is just get the toppings like that, strain it off. So then you've got all your toppings still in there. That might get a bit soft and soggy or whatever, but you just separate from your broth just so that it doesn't absorb. So then what I'll do is I'll put that in the fridge and then I'll put the broth in a container, and then when I go to eat it, I'll put the broth in and heat it up together. So that stops everything getting soft and soggy. Cool. I wouldn't even, people have asked, can you freeze noodles? You can freeze pasta and noodles, but the thing is that they don't ever really come back the same way. Pasta, bacon, things like that, they're always softer and soggier. The molecular level, at a molecular level, the cells change. Same with fruit, and they never have the same texture that they had pre-freeze. So if you are thinking that you're going to make something ahead of time to then freeze, just make the broth or make the pasta, like depending on how much time, make the paste and then freeze that or put that in the airtight container in the fridge, and then pop that in your pan fry it, add your protein, your liquid, your coconut milk, your stock, powder and water, and then add your fresh ingredients as you need it. Yeah? Just saves you from having ho-hum food when you don't need to. Okay. Just that. My mum always automatically salts everything and it irks me. Oof. As people age and their taste buds change, right? So my great grandma, she put salt on everything. It was just, and she would eat a piece or like a bite, and then she would add more salt. We actually had to take the salt away from her because she would just over salt everything. but I think it was just, I don't know if it was dementia or it was just that she had like no taste buds left. I got 2 flies. I had left the door open, the back door for Chester, and now, come you little shitties. I will get you. You're gonna die today. Okay. 1. Oh, I didn't have hot sauce. There is 0 seasoning on what they make. I always add salt to whatever my parents. Yeah, because you got to think of your parents' medical stuff, but they're also taught that salt was the devil, and you know not to salt anything. A lot of people still believe. Should be more afraid of. Not afraid. You shouldn't be afraid of any food, but you should be more wary of sugar. Would you agree with that, Margot? Margot is a woman on the ground. The one of us who's more knowledgeable, who studied nutrition. Okay, it's funny. She just found out that she's got celiac at 55. Now that she's eating gluten-free, she's stopped salting. Wow. Wow, Katie. That is fascinating. So she was just living in pain, or do you think that it's something that her body has created? Sorry, I was talking to Annie. How dare you speak to Annie and not pay attention? Annie. When you said Margot, I said Polo. You say Margot, I say Polo. Margot Polo. I was saying about salt versus sugar. What's your thoughts, feelings, opinions? Okay, what's the time? 10. It was a reflex. Opinions in what context? How people were always afraid of salt. I said, if you're going to stay away from something no, you shouldn't stay away and you shouldn't be fearful of anything I said, but you should be conscious of sugar intake, the type of sugar. Okay. Oh, okay. Going back to what I was talking about before, you shouldn't pile on the condiments. The other one says, let's twist again. It's not considered rude to twirl your noodles around your chopsticks, but the act does imply that you're a long way from mastering them. Interesting. So if you pull it around your chopstick, that's interesting. In Thailand, chopsticks are used only for noodle dishes. Everything else is eaten with forks and spoons. In Singapore, India and Malaysia, noodles are always served or eaten with forks and spoons. Wow. I think we should be less afraid of foods in general. Yes, I agree with that. Okay, be bowled over. If your bowl of noodles doesn't come with a spoon, feel free to drink the soup by lifting the bowl to your mouth. In Japan, larger bowls should remain set on the table while you eat. When served noodle dishes in smaller bowls, it is polite to pick up the bowl with one hand and lead it close to your mouth when eating from it. Oh, like that. Like that. In Korea, however, it's never polite to lift your bowl off the table. Bowls should remain on the table while eating. In China, never tap your bowl with your chopsticks. That's how beggars ask for food. Like that thing. Interesting. Know your noodle. In Southeast Asia, yellow noodles are often made with egg. The thick, bright yellow noodles served in places in Singapore, Indonesia, and Malaysia are often made with alkalizing agent, aka baking soda, which results in a chewier texture. Throughout Asia, ramen refers to the Japanese wheat noodle dish. What the US call ramen is known as instant noodles around Southeast Asia. Though some Southeast Asian noodle dishes are similarly named, they vary greatly from country to country. Penang laksa and Singapore laksa, for example, are completely different. The latter typically uses a curried broth flavoured with coconut milk, dried chilies and shrimp, while the former is sweet and sour affair. Despite their regional differences, thick rice noodles are found in both dishes. Yeah, so ours is more a Penang style laksa. So Malaysian is a bit more Singaporean. So it's coconut broth, chilies, shrimp. Yeah, I'd say it's Singaporean because that's what we've made, like a curry based. I don't know, because I wouldn't say like, but then you've got the acidity, so from the lime to make it sour. So I thought mine was Malaysian. I'll have to do more research then. Because it's got brown sugar in it, and then the sourness from the lime. I have to go do some looking around at different restaurants. I'm gonna have to go on a Laksa-thon. Too much fear around food makes food extra stressful. Yeah, especially, that's the thing about Easter. Like, so much fear around, chocolate and putting on weight, and like, you should just be able to enjoy what you want to eat, but eat it in smaller quantities if you're worried about, you shouldn't forego. And so what if, like, we live with a little bit of chunk? You get to enjoy the food that you like. Who cares? We love a little bit of curve around here. And, life is way too short. I say this to my mum and my aunties, is like, if you want to eat something. Like, eat, cake, or if you want to eat whatever, do it. You shouldn't feel guilty. And we have this, it goes to the same conversation we had in Care Centre in Discord about guilt. Guilt for having a sick day, guilt for taking time off, guilt around food. There's so much guilt that is ingrained in us through society that, they always joke and say that, is it Catholics? They're just ingrained to have guilt. I think it's mainly in society in general that we're always told to feel bad about something. Not everyone is supposed to be built like Margot and Thor. Guilt is the worst thing. Work guilt, food guilt, mum guilt, yeah. And we just got to be more gentle with ourselves. I was talking to my trainer, who's a single mum of 2 kids, and she was saying that, she sometimes feels guilty about putting her kids in daycare and, working and things. And I just said to her, that yes, like my parents worked a lot growing up, and I did feel resentful at times, but now that I'm older, I'm so grateful for how they worked. Yes, I would change things in my own life, and how I work and how I, much time I spent with my kids and things. However, my mum and dad worked so hard to be able to put me through private school, to be able to, provide for my brothers and I. That was their intention. They were doing the best that they did with the tools that they had. And I grew up, privileged than people that I grew up with, in really young, when I was really young, because my parents worked really hard. And it is really hard to see that when you are a working parent and your you're career focused, but it is. Unfortunately, there are things that, you have to forego, but you don't have to forego them completely. And, you do things differently than the person next to you, but that person, you should never compare, right? But if you're going to compare the whole pair. So like, if you're going to compare that mum is going to school pickups and she's there, you have to compare that they might not have the financial stability to do certain things, or, you know, if you're going to compare something, you're going to compare all the facets, not just everything, and acknowledge that some people's parents work hard, but they put food on the table, they put shoes on the feet and whatever, whereas some parents forego that, but they have more time with their kids, but they have less finances to be able to do other things. Or their parents, the mother and the father are bloody resentful that they have no enjoyment in their life. Like, or, you know, there's always shit. There's always something you can compare to that looks better than yours. The grass is always greener, but there's always a lot other stuff that you don't compare where their lawn is dead on one, you know, around the side of their house. So, like, do with what you can do with what you have and communicate with the people around you, because they don't know. Like, that was a really good thing that my parents always said, that you know, they tried to teach us to be independent, and it was communication, is that I have to go to work. I would love to be at your school function. I would love to do this. And I feel guilty, you know, I feel sad that I can't come, but I want to be able to take you on a holiday, or I want to be able to pay for your next things. It's that communication that kids and people are, if they're aware of, they acknowledge, and they, you know, and young kids at young ages, it's hard, but you're doing an amazing thing. You're working hard, you're doing something you're passionate about, and, you know, that guilt does lead to burnout, and so take some time out. Don't feel guilty for, that's what I said in Discord, like, don't feel guilty for taking time away from work, because at the end of the day, you come first, your family comes first, and do things with the kids and be unapologetic in that day when you've got a day off, so that you can be present when you go back to work and enjoy it. But it is a balancing act. And, you know, I don't have kids yet, but there's a lot of things that I feel guilty about. I have been sick this whole week, and I want to lay in bed, but I feel like I have to sit at my desk, and while I get work done slowly, I don't feel like, you know, you feel shit and whatever. It is what it is. But you're doing the best that you can. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I cop from my mum for focusing on my career. Yeah. And so my mum, I cop it from my mum for not working hard enough. Or I said to her the other day, you know, that she doesn't, there's people in my family that are business owners that are very successful, and that they're in traditional business, and they don't understand what I do. They're very supportive, but they don't understand what I do. And so they're like, go back to nursing or do this or whatever. And they just don't understand. So that sometimes they make you feel guilty for not working hard enough, or doing something, not earning, you know, millions of dollars like they have or whatever. But I'm like, I'm 30, who cares? Like, you shouldn't put the pressure on, because I want to break. For me, is the opposite. My aunties and my mum and my grandparents, they work 20-hour days. They don't sleep. They sleep 3 hours a night. They're stress heads. They don't eat very well. And so I am the opposite. I've been trying to get a little bit more balance and break those toxic traits, even though they're incredibly successful. I love them. They're incredibly successful. They've given, you know, us great upbringings, but they also feel guilty. Like, they were stay-at-home parents at the beginning, and then they started businesses and whatever. But that's somewhat what you need to do to be a high achiever. But I would rather work and be passionate at what I'm doing, but then also have time to spend with my children and have a little bit more balance, have time from my computer, away from my things like that. Yeah. Everybody is different, and you never know what's, you know, what people are trying to break away from or move towards. Yeah. Like, my mum is incredible. She's an incredible, switched on, amazing human, an incredible mother at times. But there's, yeah, and my dad is the same. They're they're hard workers, but that comes at the detriment. So I want to be a hard worker, but I also, yeah. I know it's getting really personal. I don't like, yeah, but you get what I mean. When visited Bali was classified as rich, some meat on bones. When Bali had some meat on bones as means we could afford to eat. You might have to, hold on, I might have to read that again. Live to work. Yeah, so my great grandfather, his kind of ethos, his slogan for his life was you live to work. We live to work. And then my dad said you work to live. And my dad is, you know, he lives part-time of the year is because, yeah, my mum's just, she loves to work or work as well. And that was instilled in my granddad. So my mum and dad, that's one of the reasons why they separated. They're still great friends and, you know, have a lot of love for each other. But my dad wanted to slow down, whereas I don't think my mum could ever slow down because she lives with that guilt that she wants to be able to have the stability in case anything happens to us kids. You know, she always wants to feel like she is busy and has, you know, backup savings and things to be able to support the people around her. And she's slowing down a little bit now, but she gives a lot to her community. She's a relationship post-divorce relationship coach. I don't really like the word coach, but she's a trainer, and her works with women. Incredible stories, but she's so passionate about that. She works to her detriment sometimes, but yeah. Now I feel like I've talked too much about myself. My mum said to me over the weekend that it's my fault for Mike going through depression because I've dumped the kids on him. Oh my God. And Grumpy, you just need to look at that as her reflecting her feelings and opinion things on you. That's what, I don't know if she went through that or that you know, that she has those feelings that went through her head when, you know, that she's seen. That is definitely not you, and that's all on her because it's hard to understand, but you don't have to understand it. You know, that's her old school mindset, and you're providing for your kids. You're doing what they love, and it is hard when your partner is, you know, going through something. I know Exceed, you know, with what I do, it's very up and down, and Exceed supports me through emotions and things, but that's, you know, something that is not appropriate. Yeah, I know your mum should be more supportive, but she loves you, and that's why she's trying to give you support and advice, but it's not a reflection on you. I've never related to the live to work mindset. I get why people might. Seems dull to me. Yeah, and you got to think of it as back then, that was the idea, is that, you know, back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, where our great-grandparents grew up, that was the mentality. You worked hard, you provided for your family, and at the end of the day, there wasn't really much time for socialization, because, you know, the man went to work, he did the work, and then he came home and he had dinner prepared for him, and then he went to bed, and then on the weekend he mowed the lawn and he did the house chores and whatever, or like the fixing of the man things, and like then you go back to work and you're providing for your family, providing for your community, a sense of obligation. But I think people have realised that that is very monotonous, very boring, and it leads to a dull life, like you said. And so I think that there's a little bit of a sway, I think, to the other side sometimes, where it's like you just work enough to get, you know, not to get by, but then rely on other people to support you, like relying on government support or things if you have the ability to work. Some people don't want to work. But I think there's a nice medium point where you can find something you love. The biggest thing that I hate is that people say you find something that you love and make it a job and you or turn it into a business. You never work a day in your life or whatever. Find a passion and you never work a day in your life. That is bullshit. That is toxic, because find something find something you're passionate about. It leads to a lot more drain and burnout, because that was your output. That was your backup, something that gave you passion and joy. And now you don't have that. You've got to find something else to as an outlet. Working on something you're passionate about needs even more persistence, because it's not all roses and rainbows. I've found that. I love cooking. I love chatting to you guys, but it's the hardest thing I've ever done. It's the most insecure I've ever felt, financially and emotionally. It's a really hard thing, but I love when I'm in it. I love taking photos and I love doing certain things, cooking, and I love chatting to you guys, but it's other things that come about that they are tiring. So I think it's just about finding something that you can tolerate to do, but also important of having hobbies that you can connect with people, feel connected, and have moments of joy, moments of challenge. The world has changed a lot in 50 years too. Yeah, there's reasons why. Oh my goodness, I know it's not like, hey, I want to be a workaholic. Yeah. It's different time now. Can't expect what worked then to work now. Yeah. And I still think there is you do bursts of hard work. I think you still need to, I think that it's also people, sometimes it's people who think they work really hard and they compare themselves. So like if you work a 12-hour day compared to someone who works an 8-hour day, that 12-hour day person A thinks that they are a harder worker than person B. However, the 8-hour person has a to-do list. They have organization. They might have, programs or devices that they use to structure their day to keep them accountable, and they're much more organized and get much more work done effectively in that 8 hours than the person does in 12 hours. I know people that work really hard, and yes, they are a hard worker, but they could get things done. They're just not as effective as they could be, especially a lot of people with ADHD. They are very driven, especially if you're a very driven person, and they're very passionate creatives. They can be working really, really hard on something, but they're really unorganized, and then they have to circle back all the time. And it's about finding some techniques to get you organized and in the right headspace. And then also, if you're organized and structured your day and you're working an 8-hour day, then you have 2 hours to play with your kids and make dinner and things like that. And yeah, comparison is the thief of joy, though. Comparing yourself with other people, and it never is a really. There's some comparing yourself with other people is sometimes an important thing. Check in with other people to know, when you're. There are times where it is a good thing and it is beneficial, but all the time, or comparing yourself to other people's success, it isn't a good feeling most of the time, because you'll be, if you look to the right, you might be better than the person on your right, but if you look on your left, there's going to be someone on your left that you're not as good as. That might drive you and push you to be better, to get there. Once you get there, there's going to be someone else on your left that's going to be better than you. It's scientifically proven that once you get to a certain point in your day, you're efficiently nosedives. So rather than pushing through, it's better to recharge. Yeah. And I found for me that if I stream, sit down and then try to work, I have, as people say, got rid of all my spoons. I have depleted my stores and I am working on fumes and I am not effective. I can't think. I just sit there sometimes scrolling and just looking at random stuff. Nothing kind of enters my brain. But if I go, sit down, have dinner or have my lunch, and then I go and have a nap for 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes, then I get back and then I am, good to go. I've read a fantastic book related to this called Do Nothing by Celeste Headley. Maybe if you could put that in care centre, that would be fantastic. That's really great. And everyone's different. Some people work better at nighttime. Some people work better at daytime. Some people work better caffeinated. Some people don't. I used to love getting up early and working, or sometimes I get in the zone at nighttime where it's really weird because not even the house is quiet. The house is usually quite quiet anyway, but I feel like I can get more done in the evening. But Exceed and I have definitely in the last few months found that I have, he works, his roster was all like higgledy-piggledy and it was hard to, like every 4 weeks it would change. Whereas now he works Monday to Friday, has Saturday, Sundays off. And so we have the weekend to ourselves. But Saturday morning, I joke around and say I watch cartoons. Like I lay in bed for a bit. 3 or 4 days a week, he brings cup of teas to me in bed, sometimes breakfast. And then he'll go and do work or play a game or something like that. And Mondays are our kind of slow day. And then Saturdays are our slow day. Saturday afternoons to Sunday, I still get work done, but it's a bit more chill than we used to be. And I might get a little bit less done on those days, but it refreshes me and I feel like I look forward to the weekend just to have some time where I don't feel guilty. And I felt awkward and it felt uncomfortable, but now we've been doing it for a few months. Having Saturday mornings or Saturdays as my relaxed day or my don't have to do work or don't have to go on my computer days means that I'm definitely, I look forward to it and then I enjoy it. I can sit on the couch watching a book, or I can go outside and paint, do photography just because I feel like sometimes I go into my office and I set up like photography just to play with because I don't have to. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to have that deadline. I can just play around and have a bit of fun. Or I can clean the kitchen, listen to an audiobook because I enjoy it, rather than feeling like I have to get it done for stream or whatever. The more you give yourself some space, the more you find your spark comes back. If you're feeling burnt out, it feels uncomfortable. I was trying to say this to Grumpy in Discord, is that, when you go into, you jump into a pool and you go swimming and it's really cold and you're cold and you go and you get that feeling like your chest is really tight and you can't breathe properly. But then the longer you stay in the water, your body warms, is acclimatized and you can swim and your breathing comes back to normal. That's like that with relaxation. And giving yourself time to, on a holiday or whatever, initially you feel like, oh my God, I don't feel guilty. I feel like I should be doing something else. And it's hard to relax and you're hard to get out of your brain. But then the more you do it, give yourself, Monday mornings or, Saturday nights or Saturdays or whatever. And then the more you do it, the more it acclimatizes. As humans, whatever we do it repetitiously, it normalizes it and our body starts to think that that's the new normal. So that's something that I found that works. And that's me with painting. I can just go in the garage and paint. I like it. non-room temperature pools should be banned. I don't know, non-room temperature pools. But then when you're really hot, you want a really cold pool. And then when you're cold, you want a nice warm pool. So sometimes it's necessary. I can get more done at night when I'm uninterrupted, yeah. And then you can have those times when the kids are awake. You can spend time with them and you don't feel like, you know, that you're missing out on something. As long as you're relaxing and you're not over, you know, feeling as though you're tired. But it's normal around this time, March, April. You started the new year. You've got, you know, you go gung-ho. You get back from Christmas. The new year starts. You go gung-ho. March, then the April comes around and you start to feel low because you know, you're just, and that's why Easter is really great, is that you start to feel a little bit like you're, you know, chugging along. But you know, you'll bounce back, you all will. I still struggle because I compare myself to pre-injury headspace. I compare myself to pre-injury. Headspace is very important, definitely. Yep. And comparing yourself to when you were 20, I do that all the time. I look like this, I did this, I was that fit. Me at the moment, trying to have kids, comparing myself to if I had, you know, Exceed and I know that we weren't ready and we wanted to be more financially stable, we wanted to travel, we wanted to have, you know, I've spent my last 10 years, yeah, after I finished school, focusing on my job, my career, you know, I've worked with incredible companies, I've done speaking events, I've done images and worked with huge global companies, and I wouldn't have been able to do that if we had kids, and I wouldn't have been the person that I am today. And we always said we wanted to do things before we had kids so that we were better parents and had more life skills, whatever. But then, you know, trying to get pregnant, I think, oh, maybe, you know, we should have had kids. You know, you shoulda, woulda, coulda. Should have had kids because I'm not 20 now. I don't have the ovaries of a 20-year-old or whatever. That's bullshit. It's going to be what it's going to be. And, you know, we chose this path and I'm happy to have this path. And it will be, life will be what it's going to be for us. And if we can, we can. We can't, we can't. And I'll be sad if we can't. And I'll be devastated. But I get to have new opportunities and new things. And it is hard to compare yourself. But I know that you know, the future won't be dictated by me not being able to have kids. And I'm just trying to stay positive because it's what the universe intended for me, right? Whatever's meant for me will find me. And if kids don't find me, something else will. New adventures, more opportunities with work and all different things. Whatever is meant for you will find you. Have faith in that. Interruptions are the worst. Did you know our brains actually don't multitask? Yeah, a lot of people think that, oh my God, I can multitask. I'm a boy, boys can't multitask, I'm a female. Bullshit. You shouldn't be multitasking. Do one thing at a time, tick it off your to-do list, then go from there. I don't know why that... Dexter said, if there's any solace, just know. That's nice. Just know that there's a parallel universe where you did have kids earlier. Yeah. I'll keep that in mind. I like that. That's a cool thing to think about. I like that, Dex. But I still hope that we can. And if we don't, then I'll think about alternate Molly, what she looks like, and what it would be like with kids. And yeah, I like that. That's very cool. Because there's multiple variations of yourself, variants. Just think of Loki. And maybe this is the version of me that doesn't. Maybe it is. I don't know. I like that. Oh my God. Now you've opened my waterworks. Oh my God. Dex. Oh my God, I don't know. Look down. Look at my terrible job. It's not very straight. It will happen when it happens. What's meant to be is trying to... Oh, don't use my words against me. Oh. You are chief. Thanks, Nate. Molly, my partner, and I have struggled to begin our family. I would be lying to say if this journey has been easy, but like you, we are confident we will end up where we need to be. Yeah. Alex, I'm wishing the best for you as well. When I heard my brother and sister-in-law and friends were trying, I was like, they're just stressing themselves. Like the thought of me sometimes, I had this thought that I think of myself as so angry with myself. It's like, they're stressing themselves, and then that stress is like bad stress to then it's possibly going to be hard for their body. Like stress is bad. Whereas when you're in it, it is stressful because you're thinking, planning days, my ovulation days. What are we doing that day? And do you do it every second day? Do you do it every day? What is the right way? And then testing your ovulation and, is your body, are you healthy? Should you take, probiotics and vitamins? Should you get the right lube, the right, positioning? And then, oh my God, they're stressing about the stress, right? And then you're like, okay, am I feeling discomfort? Like, is that cramping because that's implantation cramping? Or is that cramping because I'm sick? Or is that cramping because, I'm getting ready for my period? And then it's like, okay, is my period coming any day? The fear of going to the toilet because you might be getting your period. And then it's like, do you tell people because you want to tell people because you're excited and that you want to be, if anything goes wrong, you want them to know, but then you've told them, so then when you don't get pregnant, you're a bit embarrassed because you feel like it's been 3 months of telling people that you're not pregnant. Will people be annoyed to hear and they don't want to, the other people have got shit in there. It's so much fucking stress. And so I'm trying to let it go. I was super relaxed about baby making. I had an app and tracked my ovulation. Yeah. And so I thought I would be relaxed as well. I thought, and then I am, but the thing is that I know that if I was working as a nurse or working and busier, not busier, I'm still busy, but working from my set, I don't know, I just feel like I have less distraction. Like I don't have the distraction. I can't distract myself recently. So I don't, I can pick and choose when I'm working. I don't know. I just feel like I've just been allowing myself to stress, where it's really annoying because I didn't feel like I'm a stressful person. But yeah, honestly though, it's a legit general theory that I've subscribed to in the later years. There is an infinite number of parallel universes where anything that can happen did happen and will happen. I like that. And I think because I am now in my 30s and a few people that I know have struggled having babies, And a few years ago, I got a test and it was lower on my, I got my eggs counted and I was on a lower scale, lower end of normal, that I was like worried, even though I shouldn't be. I don't know. And so I just like to like I was saying this before, I like to plan things and I like to be organized. So then I like to set myself up for success. So much so that I can screw myself sometimes. Like that's with cooking. I like to set you guys up for success so that you know what to do and what not to do, the rules, you can break them or whatever. I like to do that, to be planned, for a lot of things. This is like a hyper focus for me. And then I'm putting pressure on myself. So yeah, I need a new hyper focus. Someone tell me something cool that I can research and learn all about. I like that. Dex, when did you get into the idea of parallel universes and things like that? Where have you been researching? Okay. I feel like making something from some leftover, not honeycomb, but rocky road. I just say enjoyed the ride. That sounds sus. No, it's right. Have fun making the baby. Yeah, don't worry, we do. Okay, so I want to make some leftover Easter eggs into like some rocky road. So I'm thinking of some nuts and some fruit, pecans, macadamias, hazelnuts, hillocks. If you're there and you want to talk about it or you want to chat, I'm happy to, we can support each other. Okay. Unpopular opinion. I love prunes. I feel like an old grandma when I say that, but prunes are good. I feel like they're underappreciated and you just think of old people trying to poop. But prunes are yummy. Then we also have some hazelnuts, and the hazelnuts have skins on them. Prunes are the pits. So add some hazelnuts like this. You can roast them. I'm just gonna add them to a pan. And we're gonna kind of cook them, and then the skins are gonna rub themselves off. Prune cake, his whole life. Never heard of a prune cake before. Prunes and porridge, ooh. So it's too much information, but hormones stuff you up, right? So you should have prunes if you feel a bit stuffed up. Or they're just really yummy. Just to chew. Now these ones are really soft. Angus Park. Are these Australian? They say Victoria and New Zealand, so I'm not really sure. They're low in fat and cholesterol. They're good for dietary fiber. They have sugar in them. They have a lot of sugar. But the sugar is good sugar. Margot, tell me about the good sugar and the fiber. I can eat like 2 or 3 of these a day. It says Australian on the front, does it? What? I love that. I don't know if they're Australian. They're Australian. Very much Australian. Okay. So then we've got chocolate here. Exceed and I have discussed this, and we have decided that we don't like any other chocolate. Ferrero Rochers are our only chocolate that we really love. It's the only chocolate for us. So everything else is going to get melted down. Okay? Yeah, a few a day won't hurt you, but they're good for you, right? Good for your digestion. Delicious, eaten straight out of the pack or served with yogurt and breakfast cereals. Absolutely. Okay. Hello. Okay, so we've got some crunchy ones here and some normal ones and some caramello ones. Don't let this fool you. There's like no chocolate in here. They're just full of air. Okay, what else goes into Rocky Road? We've got some dried fruit, some nuts. So for you two, it's Forever Rochers. Yes, 100%. It's the way to our hearts. Forever Rochers. Something having sugar doesn't take the benefits out, but it doesn't take away the benefits you get from eating it. Yes. So, are prunes a fruit? I always thought that, I was always a bit unsure if prunes were dried plums, or is a prune an actual thing? Because I've never seen a prune fruit. I've only ever seen it dried. So look at this. The skins are breaking off. They're breaking apart. And then later we'll be able to rub it off. Okay? Oh, that's what you mean. I thought Rocky Road was just ice cream. No. I thought Rocky Road was just chocolate ice cream with marshmallows and nuts. So proper Rocky Road. You want some?
This Laksa is dry.
Yeah, then I took the sauce off.
Oh, why?
So that it... Guys, Exceed just said...
So it doesn't get soggy?
Why didn't that work? Did that voice play? Have you been paying attention? Didn't play. Have you been paying attention? Exceed to me said just now. He goes, "Your Laksa's dry." I said, I took the sauce off. Why did I take the sauce off? Prunes are plums. Because you weren't feeling saucy. Come on, you got it. No soggy noodles here. Can we give Margot a VIP, please?
No, you can.
Oh yeah, I can. Exceed told me it's mine now. It's my new job. I gotta do that. So I go into here. Twatch. So your nudes don't go soggy. That's it. Okay. I gotta do rolls. Do you have a bookmark? Mm-hmm. You do? Mm-hmm. Where? Stream ready? Streaming. Stream ready. Oh, stream ready. Rolls. Oh my God, this man is so organized. I'm gonna give you VIP. Let me do this. Add new. Margot. Oh, it's MC. Margot. There we go. I know that face. Now you write. Dex has just got permanent VIP. There we go. Check you out. Exceed, would you like Laksa? Okay, he wants it later. Okay, so this is our hazelnuts. You just want to, like this. This. You got to push your chest out and rub. You can go in circles. Go back to forward. You can just go back if you want. Back and forward and in circles works. Whatever, you know, just don't hurt your back. And we're just rubbing the skins off as much as we can. If you find that they're not fully coming off, you can continue to roast them. They might not be completely roast ready. They might want to stay with their skins forever. All right, I don't think anyone's coming off. That's fine. So it's made a lot of them come off. Okay. So what we're going to do is get a heat-proof bowl. Sorry, Dex, I didn't continue. I didn't explain. Rocky Road to us. So Rocky Road is nuts, dried fruit, marshmallows, if possible. Sometimes. Sometimes you do jellies, like gummy bears or jellies, covered in chocolate. That's the Rocky Road to me. What about you guys? I don't really like caramel ones. They're not very good. So a nice use of our Easter eggs. There is a really nice recipe, my Christmas log, that's basically like a Rocky Road, but you make homemade honeycomb, and then homemade honeycomb with candied orange as well. It's very yummy. I love marshmallows, 2 small ones. I don't have any. And no, I'm not going to make marshmallows just because I would. But marshmallows are good for winter. I'll make them in winter so we can have them with hot chocolates. Okay. So a reminder, if you haven't got my Christmas ebook, it's Christmas recipes, but that's perfect for North American spring and summer. It is, I think it was $15 US, the equivalent. Thank you, Rosalie. 3 ebooks and 2 physical cookbooks available. MissMollyMakes.com. All right, I'm over this already. Do I look tired? I try to put makeup on to make myself look brighter and glowier, because he keeps telling me I look tired. I keep looking, I look pale. We'll do a cream egg or 2, 3. Have we talked about everyone's weekend plans yet? No. What do you got planned? What's everyone doing on the weekend? We maybe having dinner tomorrow night. Maybe, probably not. I don't really feel like going out for dinner. But then on Sunday, we might be going to a soccer game, a football game. What are you guys doing? Okay, that's that. I don't want to do the caramel eggs, I don't like them. Okay, so we're gonna melt this in the microwave. So 40 seconds. Housework, nice. Nice, nice, nice. So we're gonna macadamia nuts. Might do something with a friend for a birthday. Fabulous. Sounds good. Where'd my hazelnuts go? There. Okay, and then we're going to do our dried prunes. Crazy JD, what you doing for the weekend? Didn't you have a Christmas coin? But I did. It's on the website, and then every year we'll add to it and make it grow bigger. Oh. Okay. Keep melting. I want to get it as smooth as we can. Nice. No pressure, Sam. No pressure. What the heck? Okay. Do do do, dancing in the. Sorry, I'm just standing here next to the microwave. Just doing stretches. Waiting for the microwave, I'm just stretching. How to use Unreal Engine. Oh, okay. Sounds exciting. Do you know you're just going to learn it just in general? Okay. You know, I might add in there coconut. Coconut is yummy with chocolate. Coconut flake. Shredded coconut. A little bit. And we'll add in our so you would have more chocolate than this. It's a bit runnier. But then you would settle this and like that, and it'll be Rocky Road.
Delicious.
Jay Frizzle Sticks. Thank you very much for 67 months. Alaska? You want to see my Laksa? I'll make it again so then I can feed Exceed and have mine. We're just making Rocky Road, so to Australian. Hey Google, what is Rocky Road?
According to Wikipedia, Rocky Road is a type of no-bake slice made up of milk chocolate and marshmallows along with other ingredients, which tend to vary by country. In British-influenced areas, Rocky Road is a type of tiffin or tray bake, but the Australian-American name is becoming more common.
Yeah, so it's like a tray bake, like this. And then you would settle it, let it set, sorry. Settle it, I don't know if that's the right word, but let it settle. And then you'd slice it up. It's like chunky. It looks kind of like poop. You know what was ice cream too? Yeah. So Dex was the same. I got coconut, nuts, dried fruit or candy, like jellies. And I don't have marshmallows, but you can add marshmallows too. Yum. Oh, I didn't add the hazelnuts. God damn it. You're welcome. The sticky stuff. There we go. Like that. I'll pop that in the fridge. I got some more nuts. We're all nuts for nuts. And I'll put that in the fridge while we make our laksa up again. Oh! There's no sound. Is there sound for you guys? Thank you for your order. Oh my God, I was like, why did the music stop? Oh my God, was that you, Sammy? Oh my God, thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So this is our laksa. I'm gonna retop it. One moment, so I can surprise you all. Where's my bean sprouts? Where's my bean sprouts? Did I put them back in the fridge? God, I'm good. Is there coriander in there too? Guys, I'm just on fire today. I'm just like misorganization. Purists will say fish balls. Well, we're learning about that different variations of laksa. Singaporean laksa is different to Malaysian laksa. I don't like fish balls. I like tofu puffs. For me, that's a quintessential addition. Okay, pedal, here we go. This is our broth. Let's have a taste. Let's reheat that. Yum. So we're going to try and do a few variations and see what we prefer. If you're in the Molly Test Kitchen team, you're a subscriber to the channel, and you'd like to do some testing for me, that would be fantastic. Okay. I had a little spoon, there we go, and chopsticks here. Chopstick down. If you like lemongrass, you've got to try lempa. Can you put it in Discord to remind me? What is it? Hey Google, what is lempa?
According to Wikipedia, lemper is an Indonesian savory snack made of glutinous rice filled with seasoned shredded chicken, fish abon, or serunding. The specific lemper filled with seasoned shredded chicken is called lemper ayam.
Interesting. Okay, so Sam, you can get it from Woolworths or Coles. This is the bottle that you'll probably buy. Let me have a look. If you're near IKEA usually sells it. But this is the bottle that I buy because I can buy it from the grocery store. Lemper sounds good. Like this. This is the one I buy from Woolworths. Cool. It's good. My cat is smart enough to know havoc on the windowsills, spending. Cat is in my plate. Oh my God. Just remember it forever. He was like 5 months old at that point. Oh my goodness. Which channel? All Things Food. Please. Oh, I think it needs a little bit more sweetness. Maybe a bit more brown sugar. And we did learn, needs some acidity. So, lime juice. Pineapple out of flock. Oh, amazing. Thank you, Sam. I'm very excited to see it. Okay. All this late night. Look at that. Look at that. Yummy. Lemongrass we're good on. This is lemongrass. The new recipe on the website is lemongrass beef. So we're big on lemongrass. Hey, big guy. The exclusive Molly stirring sticks. Okay, add some more lime. That will be Exceed's lunch. Yeah. Guys, that's it. And then let's look at this. If this is, it's not set. I didn't think, I was hoping. But this is, imagine this being hard and you could slice it. It's probably going to be easy to eat with a spoon. Dried fruit, nuts, chocolate, leftover, perfect for leftover Easter eggs. No. Let's eat it on its own. Oh, yum. You can have a bit of chicken. Oh, he spat it out. Dish it, DOTD time. Guys, are you Rocky Road or Laksa? This doesn't look very good. When we first presented it before, it was really good. Guys, this is quite nice. Obviously, yum. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, and we made the drink at the start. The raspberry cherry crush. I don't know but it was really good. Crushed frozen raspberries with cherry juice, maple, basil. Yum. I'm still confused about the Rocky Road with it not being ice cream. It's like a slice, like a chocolate slice. Australians, can someone put a picture in Discord for Dex of actual Rocky Road, what it looks like? Not my gung-ho version here. I didn't know Rocky Road ice cream was a thing. Like, I always thought it was the things that were in Rocky Road were in ice cream. I didn't know that you guys didn't know what Rocky Road this was. It's kind of like a brittle, but with chocolate instead. Yeah, that's a great way of thinking of it. Yeah, great way of thinking of it. Laksa, you guys love the laksa? Nice, thank you guys. So, guys, maybe the bot's not working because I sent this to Exceed. He has this. We're making pork belly banh mi on Monday in 2 days and 20 hours. So I think that the bot is having issues because if I press this, something's having issues. Nebby's having issues. Today's supporters isn't working. I think I broke something. CCU themed the void. I need to sneeze. Oh my goodness. Bless you, thank you. Posted Daryl Lee Rocky Road on Discord, thank you. Build it up enough. Like, you know when you know you can feel it and you're just trying to, it's such a nice feeling. Sneezing is such a nice feeling when it's one sneeze. Multiple sneezes aren't very good, but I don't know, it's like a release. The feeling of sneezing is, I don't know, it's really nice. I realized I said bless you out loud, not in chat. I love that. That's very cool. All right. So I think Exceed is working on something on the computer to fix whatever I broke. So we're going to send you off over to Neg, I think. Okay. I have to run to the bathroom. So Negan is playing with buns. She's making a sandwich. We love sandwiches, don't we, guys? Can you do me a favour and copy and paste this Ray Call message into her chat? Say hello. I'm going to run to the bathroom, but I will hopefully come after. I will get into her stream later. I'm just going to run to the bathroom. Thank you everyone for being here. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Sorry for rambling today on all different topics and probably being a bit too much information, but I am me and I share. So that hopefully that with what I'm going through to hopefully make you feel like, you know, you're normal with going whatever you're through, doing whatever you're going through. That makes sense. And I hope you're having a fabulous weekend. As I said, next stream is 2 days and 20 hours. Thank you for those who have contributed this stream. Thank you for the merch order. I hope you enjoy the book. And thank you for being here. Thank you for the, I think we had $50 of the goal this week. Check out the new recipe on the website. Blondie's is $30 out of 55. That's great. And there's a new Blondie recipe coming over the weekend, okay? So I'd love to see you making that as well. Take care, brush your hair, be good to yourself and those around you. Love you guys. Be well.